Storm chances Saturday for Independence Day. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 88 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
And knocked down again. That was Christian Miller.
It's time for the Miller's Edge with four-time SEC champion and two-time national champion Christian Miller.
Once again with Christian Miller taking him down.
Here is college football playoff national champion Christian Miller on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
And welcome into this Thursday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Hope you guys are doing well. Another hot day on our hands. Hope you guys are staying cool and safe. I just heard, I guess the weather guy, the meteorologist, he mentioned, I guess there's a heat advisory pretty much all week. So hopefully you guys are staying cool out there. I know I was outside earlier and Reed, I always say this, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think today was as bad. It definitely was a lot more manageable. Would you say that was the case for you, or do you think it still was pretty bad? Don't get me wrong, it's hot.
No, Christian, it's hot, but it's more so like, at least for me, I have to determine really once I leave the studio here, because then I get in my car that has been sitting in the sun, because back in my apartment complex, it's in the shade. So, I feel like there's a good bit of difference there. So. So yeah,
I got leather seats. It's gonna
I'm about to say I don't got leather seats, so I'm chilling there.
I have black leather seats, so I feel Norse's pain, man. It's definitely tough. You gotta get you one of them old school sunshades. I don't know if you remember those, but you put the sunshade in the front windshield, that might help you out. And, maybe keep you cool. But yeah, it's a little more old school nowadays. Fair enough. But hey, listen, if it works, it works. I'll say this. There's nothing worse than on a hot day, you get in your car and then you burn your elbow like on the seat belt or something like that, man. That's one of the worst. So I will say this. I have a Tesla, right? And with that, it is nice to be able to, you can control everything on your phone. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of the coolest things. I know a lot of people kind of like, oh man, those things, like they ain't really feeling them. But I'm telling you right now, the features that it has is just crazy, man. And I know you can always remote start your car, a gasoline car. I get it. Trust me, I'm a big truck guy. I've always had, Sierras and Silverados, and I had a Ford back in college, but didn't do me too well, man. Dang, engine went out and I had to get that replaced. I haven't really had a Ford really since then. But anyway, normally a truck guy, but this thing it can drive itself. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Anyway, we're not here to talk about cars, here, but talk about sports, which we're definitely going to be doing a good bit of today. We got a number of things we'll talk about. It is a Thursday, which means we will be joined by none other than Mr. Adam Lamparello of Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy, our official lawyer and representation here on the show. There's a lot of stuff to talk about regarding cases and whatnot, so I think it's going to be a very eventful day. If you're like me, I always get excited when Adam's on here and we get to ask him about this stuff. I grew up watching a bunch of SVU. I don't know why I was watching that at a young age, but I was. And I don't know. I think it's a little interesting. So I love getting Adam on here. He'll be joining us at the top of the hour. We got the updates with the whole TA situation. We'll get those updates and get Adam's thoughts on that. Plus, I know we kind of piggybacked off of Sorsby. Maybe see if Adam wants to touch on that. And of course, the NBA news now that we had to add to that. Malik Beasley being involved in the gambling schemes. Kind of maybe see what Adam thinks about that whole deal. And if you guys have any questions, of course, you're more than welcome to ask Adam here in the chat. I feel like there was something else that also came up recently that I felt like was good for Adam to maybe answer for us. But regardless, we got plenty to talk with him about. We'll do that. At 11:30, we'll be joined by Brandon Clear. We'll talk some football. Been a number of things coming out. I see you got some more predictions, preseason list. We need to dive into that a little bit. I know Josh Pate predicted the AP list. I know he had Alabama slightly outside of that top 10. We could talk a little bit about that. Plus, I always got to do this early on where we have some time to do it, and it's hot right now, Reed. World Cup, man. We've been talking about it. A lot of people have been converted into, I guess, soccer fans or football fans with the World Cup going on. A lot of really good matches going on. Mexico, Ecuador, that was great a couple days ago. Then the U.S. had a really good game yesterday. A lot of frustration with that red card, Reed. I got to get your thoughts on that because you played soccer, right?
I did.
You grew up playing soccer.
I did.
You tell me from your soccer perspective. I played soccer as well. Now, I stopped playing once I got to high school. I played defender, played a little bit in an indoor league, played mostly forward when I was playing the indoor league for fun. But anyway, I want to get your thoughts on that, because when you watch the slow-mo, definitely it looks pretty aggressive. You see that the cleat is pretty high up, like on the calf almost. Clearly was unintentional. Yeah. But you know how it is in soccer. I mean, there's just like football, there's rules. A lot of frustration that it was a red card. I genuinely think it probably should have been a yellow. I could probably understand where they saw, where the red card maybe was coming from when you watched it in slow-mo. But what do you make of that call? And just a reminder, the U.S. cannot challenge this. I know some people were thinking that could be the case. He can't. So unfortunately, he's out for this next matchup in the round of Sweet 16, the round of 16. What do you think of that call there, Reed?
Well, I think a lot of the important factor here is, and this is what I've been seeing everywhere, is when you look at VAR, right? That is just a close-up. This is not like football with like targeting call where you try to look at it in slow-mo, right? Like VAR is mainly used for offsides, so you can break down the small inches of someone being offsides. But if it comes to a foul like this, then you have to look at the foul in real time, right? And that's what most people have a problem with, is that they looked at it in slow motion, like in the VAR, and that's what really determined the red card. Now, credit, I like you, Christian, on Balogun, this is not a red card, because Balogun didn't intentionally, it's not like he went full slide tackle into the guy's knee. They were both playing the ball. Now, credit, he did clip the guy's, back of his ankle, back of his, the heel area. Yeah. And so, I mean, credit, that is full spike. So I'm not saying it didn't hurt, and I'm not saying it's not a foul, but the refs were letting it be physical all game long. And then when they finally get one that's worthy of a card, I think it's a yellow, because once again, it wasn't intentional. But for them to pull out a red is, in my opinion, a little bit too much, because it was not intentional. I thought he was trying to play the ball. He didn't look at the guy's legs. And it's a huge blow for the round of 16 when USA plays Belgium.
Yeah, and like you said, the intentionality, I think, is the big thing. I mean, because you see in soccer, at least, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here, like when guys are full out aggressive and intentionally, like they're going to clean a guy. Not clean a guy, but you know what I mean. Like the intent is a little bit different. Clearly, the intent was not there. Granted, that's not the only factor, but there's a difference when I see like red cards and you just know it might be late in their game. Guys are getting aggressive. There's, the emotions going on. And dude, he goes to make a tackle and it's like, it's bad. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, yeah, that's a card. This, to me, I'm with you. I'm like, I can see in the slow-mo when you look at it, you could almost convince yourself. But it shouldn't have been a red card, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't think it should have been.
And that's another thing, too, is slow-mo, like, I believe it was Jake in the chat was saying it makes it look a lot worse, and it really does. I mean, when you look at it in slow motion, I bet you, the defender probably bruised up from that. Like, I'm not going to lie. That more than likely hurt, right? I've been there. But it's for him to not come in full speed tackling, and it looks like he's trying to step toward the ball, but he's not looking at the other guy's feet. So for all he knows, he's stepping on probably grass, and then he clips the guy's ankle. So that probably also didn't feel too well on Balogun either. So for that to be a red, when I saw that, I was like, wow. And then they reviewed it. I was thinking, okay, they'll pull out a yellow, no big deal. Just let him, he's got to play safe for the remainder of this so that he can play against Belgium. But they pulled out the instant red. So now we just got to adjust and be ready to substitute him in, because we played the remainder of that game with 10 people. So
that's a good point. I mean, but with him being out the next one, I mean, how do you think that fares for the U.S. in that matchup? I mean, are you obviously you're at a disadvantage, but how concerned would you say you are, Reed?
Believe it or not, a good bit, because this goalkeeper we're going up against in Belgium, Courtois, he plays for Real Madrid right now.
Wait, Courtois,
he's still he's 34 years old. If you know Courtois, he's one of the most premier.
Like
and so really probably would have wished this would have been if we could have substituted the red card for him not playing against Bosnia rather than Belgium. 100% would have done that because the keeper difference is humongous. And so there's going to be some guys that are going to have to step up, whether we change the formation, because I know last game we run a 3-5-2, had 2 attackers, so maybe we just run 1, or maybe we run some type of 4-3-3 with a striker and some wingers. Either way, we're going to have to adjust somehow, especially against a great keeper like Courtois.
Yeah, I didn't realize Courtois was our keeper, man. Yeah, you're right. He's a dude. He's one of the best keepers in the world. So it's definitely something to look out for. For anybody that's just now kind of getting into soccer, I'm telling you, it's a great sport, man. And for people that call it boring, hopefully this kind of changes, I guess, your opinion on the sport. Because I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I get if you're just flipping through the channels on a Saturday morning and you just see one of the Premier League games and you don't really know what's going on, it's probably not going to grab your attention. But the sport itself is interesting. But you know what's funny, Reed? Just still seeing all these reactions like on social media from a lot of people that don't. And granted, I'm not, even though I played soccer growing up and like I like soccer, I've been playing FIFA for years. Like, I'm not even going to act like I'm the biggest expert, but it's funny seeing so many people like chiming in and trying to, and I love it. I encourage it. But also there are some things where I'm just like, all right, man, we're making ourselves look kind of funny. Like I think it was like Chase Daniels, that free kick that we scored last night. He like posted, he's probably just trying to get engagement, but he was like, this might be the greatest goal of World Cup, like in the World Cup of all time. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, like it was a great shot. But I'm like, brother, you're making us look stupid, man. Like, bro, you got a lot to go watch if you thought that was like the greatest goal.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, Tillman's free kick was amazing, but credit, it was also like right up against the box, right? Like, if people thought that was crazy, there's been several players from way farther out free kicks that somehow nail it in.
Oh, or just maybe take Zlatan Ibrahimovic and his bicycle kick from like 40 yards out or something crazy, like the keeper was pressing him or whatever. He just bikes
tried to run back.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might like, dude, like, if you are impressed, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to make it seem like free kicks are not. I mean, you got a wall in front of you, way he bent it like that. It's a great goal. Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm not going to lie. We are kind of telling on ourselves that we're not and people know people in the U.S. aren't like huge on soccer compared to other parts of the world. But some of these things I'm seeing, I'm like, oh God, man, we look dumb. But it's all right. You know, we're rooting for our team and that's all that matters. So hopefully we'll be able to manage that whole, I guess being without Balogun in that next matchup, because he's a dude, man. He's definitely a dude. But this World Cup has been very, very fun, very entertaining. So we'll definitely be keeping up with it. We got to hit a timeout. We come back. We'll keep on rolling. We still got plenty to talk about. Again, at 11:30, we got Brandon Clear. We'll talk some football with Brandon, get his thoughts on the latest in the college football world. Of course, at the top of the hour, we got our official attorney, Mr. Adam Lamparello, joining us. So we'll get the latest with the TA situation, get his thoughts on everything. Now that we've got some more updates to go off and more, of course, we always encourage you guys to get in on it. 205-342-9904. Hit us up on the phone lines. If you guys want to get in, make sure you probably do that either this segment or once we finish up with Brandon, or maybe a little bit later on the show. And of course, always check us out on the streams at The Miller's Edge on YouTube, on the Tide 100.9 Facebook page, on X at The Miller's Edge as well. If you guys prefer to watch the show, you can always do that and leave your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We always appreciate that as well. We got to hit time out. When we come back, we keep on rolling right here on the Miller's Edge.
Jeep Dodge Ram, Tuscaloosa's destination for iconic Jeeps. Drive a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, priced at $54,529.
From our home base in Birmingham, Alabama, we are here treating patients from every generation across the United States and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers trying to make a name for themselves. We are here for the achievers
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends. We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Learn more at andrewsportsmedicine.com.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education, and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and Professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless advocacy.
The top tackle yard work with ease. Shop 4th of July savings on Ryobi Outdoor Power only at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid June 25th through July 8th. Use only. See store online for details.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Alabama Crimson Tide lives right here.
Down to the pylon. Touchdown, Alabama.
On Tide 100.9.
Into this Thursday edition of Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Well, let me ask you this, Reed, because I just was talking about this. LaToya was talking about going back and watching some games in 2018. I always appreciate you guys showing love and when you go back and watch these games, mention that. But I was talking about that. It's like the underrated edges of Coach Saban's era. And I don't think it's up there anymore. I think they deleted it because I saw Clinton have responded. But I know it had Ryan Anderson, Tim Williams, Chris Braswell, Q Robinson, and then there was one more. Who am I missing? Who was that fifth one, man? Oh, Anthony Jennings. As underrated, as the top 5 underrated. Masked up in the chat says Tim Williams was, in fact, underrated. I don't think I would call Tim underrated. What do you think, Reed? Would you consider? Oh, you're about to take a call, of course. You're going to take that call. But I don't know if I would say, maybe we need to figure out what the definition of underrated is. I don't know if I would call Tim underrated because I feel like Tim was like one of the most talked about edges in the country, especially in 2016. I mean, he was our premier pass rusher in 2016 for what's arguably one of the greatest defenses of Coach Saban's tenure. So that was already kind of off. Even, I'll be honest, I don't even know if I would consider Ryan Anderson so much underrated. Maybe a little bit of an unsung hero, but I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I put Ryan and Tim together because they were the 2 starters in 2016, and me and Anthony were behind them, right? So I feel like they get a lot of, recognition because what their efforts, and rightfully so, because, I think Tim had 10-plus sacks, if I'm not mistaken. Ryan ended up having like 8.5. They both were phenomenal. And then even Anthony, man, I don't even know if I would call Anthony necessarily underrated. Anthony was a dog. Everybody, you know what I mean? So I think the list was a little skewed, but I will say we're talking underrated. I feel like I qualify for that. I feel like I qualify. I would live more like even like Chris Braswell, or not. Well, Chris Braswell you can count as underrated because he was a little overshadowed by Dallas and Will Anderson. So I would leave him on there. Q Robinson, I think that's another good one. But I would replace maybe like Tim, Ryan, and Anthony with maybe like Chris Allen. I think that would be a good one. Myself, I think though, I feel like we would probably qualify more like as underrated. But definitely great contributors, but just more on the underrated side. Or even somebody mentioned like Dylan Lee in the chat. I know Adrian Hubbard, Xavier Dixon, like some of those guys that were here before. I played with X and Dylan, but not Adrian. But yeah, anyway, and there's a random list that I saw on Twitter. But what do you think, Reed? What's your definition of underrated? Because would you call like Tim and Ryan underrated? I don't think so.
So, I would think underrated at least is, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, how you kind of get overshadowed by someone, right? And those guys that you initially listed, I think those guys are perfectly rated, right? Because I feel like you have to decide whether underrated, overrated. Like, why can't people just be perfectly, like, how we see them now, right? Like, I think that's great. Like you said, they did their contributions, but then the other guys that might get overshadowed a little bit because of those perfectly rated guys' production,
that's more of that.
I think that would be considered underrated.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. But again, this is like a random Twitter list, but I was like, yeah, I mean, I feel like anytime you talk about top edges under Coach Saban, I feel like Tim is like top 3, because I would probably say Will Anderson. Remember, this is under Coach Saban. If it was Alabama all time, you got to throw Derek Thomas up there. But we're talking about Coach Saban era. I would probably say Will Anderson for sure. I feel like Dallas Turner's up there. I feel like Ryan and Tim are always in that conversation. That's why I was kind of confused, because I would say there's some like the top edges under Coach Saban. And then Anthony for sure. I mean, Anthony was a dog. He was it was here 5 years. I can't remember if Anthony did 4 or 5, but I know Anthony contributed a lot, and he was all around. His sack production increased every year. Went from a couple to 5 to 8. A great edge setter. Pretty much an every down type of guy. A dog. A great leader. Anthony's definitely well respected and has got to be up there. Upshaw, a little bit, earlier in Saban's time. But, yeah, I always thought Tim, like when you talk about pass rushers under Coach Saban, I feel like Tim's name always comes up. And it should. Tim's a dude, man. Like when I tell you nobody could block Tim in practice, really in general, but I mean in practice, when we did like one-on-ones and stuff, I mean, Tim was just unblockable, man. Like he was a guy that just didn't even make sense. I mean, he had great get off. I mean, he had an arsenal of moves that he worked, man. I mean, he could work the speed. He could go to power. I mean, he could pretty much do everything. And then as he learned, his taught us more pass rush moves and how to use our hands more and really set things up and work counters, man. Tim just got even better. He was a force, man. He definitely was a force. But I always say there's one dude that probably could have ended up being that type of pass rusher, but unfortunately just didn't really work out. Ayabi Anoma, he was a 5-star recruit out of Maryland. I always tell people from like a tools perspective, he could have been that type of player, man. But just a lot of things that didn't necessarily play out. But anyway, it's always fun coming up with these lists and whatnot. Speaking of that year 2016, by the way, this had come up, and I'll even ask Brandon about this, but we got to hit a timeout in about a minute or so. Maybe you can give your thoughts real quick on this read. I saw that George Teague had posted something. It was like a stat or a graphic. So speaking on 2016 and those defenses, he had posted this tweet comparing 4 of the ultimate, the ultimate 4-air defensive comparison. And it was basically comparing the defensive metrics of the 1961 defense, the 1992 defense, the 2011 defense, and the 2016 defense. And his tweet reads, comparing these 4 legendary Bama defenses highlights the dramatic evolution of college football, moving from Bear Bryant's suffocating 1961 unit with 2.2 points per game allowed, which is crazy, to Nick Saban's hyper-athletic 2016 playmaking defense, allowing 13 points per game, which, again, during that time is very low. While the 1961 and 2011 squads hold the crown for statistical perfection, the 92 and 2016 units are celebrated for their unmatched intimidation factor and game-changing playmaking ability. So kind of an interesting thing. I got this pulled up on the screen. Let me make it so you guys can see that. But as you can see, I mean, 1961, through 11 games, they only allowed 2.2 freaking points, which is insane. Now, football was a lot different back then. Me and my dad were arguing about this the other day. Football was a lot different back then, but still holding a team to 2.2 points is pretty crazy. They only allowed 3 total touchdowns. So, I mean, nobody hardly got in the end zone. 132 yards per game and only gave up 66 yards per game as well. And they had 6 total shutouts. I wish there was tape we could go back. We always break down tape on this show. I wish we could break down 1960 tape. I'm really curious, man, what those games actually look like, because those stats sound almost made up. But comparing it to 2016, which I just told you I was, back up to Ryan and Tim that year, 13 points allowed per game, 22 total touchdowns allowed, 261 yards allowed, and only 63.9 yards allowed rushing in 3 total shutouts, man. But you talk about a defense that forced turnovers and non-offensive touchdowns. That was a crazy year. That was definitely a very, very crazy year. But, I mean, as you can see, these other defenses were very special as well. So, that being said, let's do this. Let's hit a timeout. When we come back, we'll get Brandon Clear here on in a second. I think he'll be joining the stream. So if you guys want to check us out there, at The Miller's Edge on YouTube, at The Miller's Edge on X, and Tide 100.9's Facebook page as well. Want to get y'all's thoughts on this. I mean, because I know we got some Bama fans that, I feel like that have been fans this long, Reed. They've been able to see the evolution. Maybe they can tell us their thoughts, like, because you got 1961, 92, 2011, and 2016. How would you guys compare those? Because I can compare 11 and 16. As great as 92 was, I'll just be honest with you. Number one, I wasn't born yet, and I haven't seen enough of them to really give a fair, I guess, opinion on it. So if you guys have seen all of these defenses, maybe three of the four, and you have any thoughts, let me know. Which do you think ended up being the most dominant defense here in Alabama history? We'll talk about that and more when we come back right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. Brandon Clear coming up next.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and Professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless advocacy. For guidance you can trust, call 201-317-5115 or visit lamparello-law.com. That's Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Proud partner.
We're home based in Birmingham, Alabama. We are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers trying to make a name for themselves.
We are here for the achievers
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Learn more at andrewsportsmedicine.com.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Hey, coming up on the Thursday edition of The Game, we'll do our free-for-all Friday edition one day earlier, sponsored by Brian Hart Construction. We'll ask Rodney Orr, will he have a firecracker 5 for us? Maybe it's a 4, could be a 3. We'll ask him about that. Brent Beard and more starting at 2 p.m. on The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 1230 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Never miss a moment of the action. Download the free Tide 100.9 app today.
Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. We're now joined by our guy, Brandon Clear, former Clemson wide receiver, of course, great football analyst now. We might as well just call him a college football analyst, man. He's always dropping the heat here on the Miller's Edge. Brandon, welcome in.
Miller's Edge family, what's happening?
What kind of shirt you got on, Brandon?
Keeping it simple, man. Polo, bro. Polo,
okay, all right. Fair enough. Hey, listen, still nice.
Man. Got to rep the blue.
All right, fair enough. I had to make sure because Smitty was accusing you of coming on here with an Armani suit. He said a meat coat like Trick Williams might be coming up next in a few months once this heat kind of settles a little bit. So I
declaring it, bro. I don't wear Armani. I wear custom.
Oh, All right, fair enough. Y'all hear how he's rocking, man. Our guy Brandon. Brandon, we got plenty to dive into today, man. I want to start here. We saw Pete Nako's article. I don't know if you got a chance to read it or see kind of what he was talking about, but I'll fill you in basically the gist of it, and a reminder for anybody that didn't hear the show yesterday. It was an on-3 report, and it gave an inside look on the current state of recruiting, specifically, I should say, the month of June, which we know now is like the prime period of visits, and that's when you're seeing all these commits and so forth. Well, he basically said in the report, after speaking to general managers, agents, all these people in the space, the floor for a low-rated 4-star is currently at about $350,000 and easily goes up to $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 if people want to just really be competitive. And we're talking about for lower-rated 4-stars. So you can only imagine what these higher quality, I guess I should say higher quality, but these higher-rated recruits are receiving or demanding it. Talked about, general managers saying, hey, we're paying $50,000, $70,000 just in the month of June just to get guys to work out. I mean, so you clearly see the spending is increasing more and more. And I just thought it was interesting because when I read it, I'm like, of course, we're talking about Alabama's recruiting class. We're hearing the noise and what they're telling us that, hey, we're not getting into bidding wars. Hey, we're not paying. If the dollars don't line up, we don't really need to discuss anything further. But now I think you really see, or at least hear, exactly the true details and why it's become what it is. What do you make of that? And what do you... Sorry, my mic went on mute for a second. What do you make of that, and what do you think that does for Alabama, maybe long term? Of course, the strategy is to be competitive when it makes sense. You want to retain as much as possible. But when you're seeing these numbers, Brandon, you just know there's some people that doesn't really mean anything to them. Texas A&M, for example. They said they have a recruiting class that's worth probably around $10 million. And that's not to mention however much money they spend in the portal, or however much money they're already paying their current roster, which is probably $30, $40+ million easy. What do you make of this report from Pete Nakos and just the spending and just how it just increases? Somebody in the chat just mentioned there's a high school running back that's looking to be the first $1 million running back out of high school. Not even played a snap of football in college, Brandon. $1 million already being offered, up to $2 million I read as a running back.
We had a great call last week. We talked about paying for what you're worth. We're also at a capitalistic society where you get what you pay based off what you're able to get. And so I don't fault the kids for going out there and getting paid to the highest bidder. And this is an issue the NFL had for the longest. Jamarcus Russell at one point was the highest paid player in the NFL. And eventually the vets got tired of it and they pushed the league to be able to put in those minimums for those rookies because they haven't earned anything. I have the same mindset when I'm going after a 5-star recruit, and oftentimes those are based off of measurables. I've seen tape of some 5-stars, and I'm just like, I don't see it. I've seen tapes of some guys that were 3 or 4 stars. I was like, they have potential. They just haven't grown into their bodies yet. Right. Imagine if a Travis Kelce, who was like a 3-star coming out of school, if he was in this environment, he would get looked over. Because he wasn't there yet. He was a quarterback coming out, and he moved over to another position. So schools like a Texas A&M, Texas, if they want to pay for these players to come over there and sit on the bench, because most of the time, I don't care if you're even a 5-star, you're not ready to play. It's a different speed. It's a different mentality. A lot of them should be redshirting. So if they want to pay a guy $1 million to sit on a bench, and you've got players on your team that are proven commodities, and they know that this player is going to be – that's what's going to happen. Players talk. And so if I'm a vet and I find out you're making $1 million, I'm going to be leaking that information, right? I want my agent to be able to leak that information to make sure I'm getting paid more than the rookie you have coming in. So now you've messed up the dynamic because you need to pay a proven commodity. You can't live off of rookies coming in and thinking you're going to be able to do something. And that's where Texas Tech, fault them for all the things they do. The money and where they're throwing it at, they may have a couple of 5-stars here and there, but majority of it's going to proven commodities, and they're bringing them in saying they're going to be impact players. Alabama's taking a different approach, saying, hey, we'll pay, but we're not going to overpay for a guy. We'll develop and trust when the time comes and you're ready and you've proven that you're actually worth what we paid you, we will increase that. We'll create more opportunities for you. So then you start earning it. And a lot of these players, that's the challenge they're going to have. And that's why a lot of them won't even have any success going to the next level, which I didn't have the opportunity to do. But when you listen to former NFL players like Christian, like yourself, or other people talk, The distinction is now you're getting paid, everyone's paid. What's keeping you at the grind level, making sure that you're actually becoming the best person or best player that you can be for your team. And if you don't have the internal motivation and you've just been making all this money before you even done a thing, you have an expectation that these things will just naturally be afforded to you, and your performance will ultimately just start suffering because you're not refining your skill sets. So these freshmen coming in, you don't think the vets are going to be irritated that this guy's going to be making more? You have leadership on there who's going to start seeing this being an issue. And if leadership starts coming in and say, Coach, we don't agree with you paying this dude $1 million. What is the coach going to do? He has to dictate, is he going to let his team dictate how these things are managed? Because if I were a vet, I'd go to the coach and say, Coach, you start paying these rookies $1.5 million, you're going to lose the team. Because you can't look everybody in the faces saying, hey, we're going to take care of you, we're going to look out for you. And then there's rookies, a running back at that. I don't believe in paying running backs. This is my opinion. I think that's the position. It's a dime a dozen, in my opinion. Right. I would never pay a running back top dollar, ever. I would get off a running back. I would have a stable of running backs. And as soon as the guy becomes too expensive, unless he's just an outlier, I would replace him. That's just my personal opinion, because the wear and tear that goes there, I just don't think it's worth it. So, again, Pete Nakos, he's bringing out something that's going to be happening over the next year. Players are going to talk because they're getting irritated by it, especially players that have proven and have done everything, and they're not seeing the rewards for the contributions they give to the team, but they're seeing these freshmen coming in making this money. They'll start speaking out. And then that's when those teams and the dynamics are going to be having issues, because you're not going to be able to rein that in. Your pay scale is going to keep going up, and now the player is going to be dictating how much you're paying, and you have to keep everybody happy, which is impossible. So just watch over the next couple of, I would say, months, and even within the year, players will start pushing back on the notion that not everyone is equal. But a 5-star means nothing to me. I don't care if you're a 5-star. You're a 5-star playing 3A football. What? And then you get to the Under Armour game, you get exposed. Just like that quarterback. I call it what it is. That quarterback that just we lost out on to Oregon.
Hayden Step.
Step.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by him. I saw him getting cooked at Nike Open. He has poor technique. He has bad hips, and he's actually not that fast. He was a step behind, ironically. I see that. I'm just like, okay, he has measurables. That's what they see. He has measurables. But I don't care what your measurables are. When I'm paying you, your measurables and the performance that I'm seeing have to match up. But if I see a dude that is a 4-star that may not have all the measurables that you have, but he's a better player, better technique, I'm gonna focus on the 4-star that has better technique, and I'm not waiting on your ceiling if it's a matter of cost. I'm not paying you $1 million. I'll pay $400,000. I'll pay $400,000 for the 4-star. Him coming in, and there's there may be a lower ceiling, but there's a higher floor, and I'm going to go with him. So that's what Alabama's choosing to do. I like the strategy, but don't get it twisted. We need 5-stars because those guys have something that you just can't coach. Xavier Griffin, he needs to be on this team because he has those things he's born with, God-given abilities, and we have to also bring those people in. But your entire roster doesn't need to be littered with it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I mean, it makes sense why you really have to start being a little bit more choosy if these numbers are, in fact, what they are, because I don't think, unless you're just Texas A&M or these other programs that don't care about a budget, these numbers are, I don't know how anybody can afford all this, especially year in and year out, especially when you also want to retain some of your players that you already currently have on your roster, like an Xavier Griffin, who will be going into his sophomore season after this season, and I would imagine you probably need to maybe look to see where he stands. And I'm sure he wants to be here. Everything about him screams that he loves Alabama, wants to play here. But at the end of the day, I'm sure he also would want to feel like he's compensated, right? So that's something to consider. But they've also mentioned this in the article, and this directly kind of, I guess, is related to Alabama, Brandon. One of the GMs, an SEC GM, had mentioned he doesn't believe you can just go chase a top 10 quarterback every year. It doesn't make business sense. However, when you look at Alabama, they are one of the few teams that have proven that you indeed can do that. They signed Keelan Russell, who was, I think, arguably one of the top 3 recruits in the country total at all, out of everybody, any position. Then you end up signing Jet Tamala, who was, I think, a top 10 quarterback. Kawa, I don't remember where he ranked, but I think he was a 4-star at least. Now you're talking about Elijah Haven, who is, I think, the number one quarterback, and then also Trent Seaborn. So not only are they signing back-to-back top 10 quarterbacks, really like top 5 quarterbacks, but also signing 2 at a time. What do you think that signals for Alabama, since they're kind of going completely against what this general manager is saying? They're showing that it's possible, but do you think it does it? Do you think it makes business sense, or do you agree with the general manager that spoke in this article that it might not be the most ideal?
Well, that general manager is not looking at intangibles. You notice the people that they go after aren't bag chasers. They want to, again, go to a place they're going to be developed, go to a place where they have to compete, knowing they may have to sit, but then you see the proof is in the pudding. Todd Simpson only had 1 year of production and went 13th overall. Sure. So now when I'm talking to you and I'm saying, Christian, if you're patient and you compete, you'll have an opportunity to play. We believe that you are going to be a first-round pick. It's not just lip service. These other places and some of these quarterbacks, and this is my opinion, the quarterbacks that are bag chasers, I don't want you. There's something off with you because quarterbacks have to be different. You have to be motivated outside of just money. Because if it's just money, Tom Brady would not be who he is if it was just about the money. It's not like he came from an impoverished area. He came from 2-parent household, well-to-do. There was some internal motivation that made him wanted to be how great he was, and he wasn't always the highest paid quarterback. So the Alabama, the differentiation is they have great eye for talent, because Keelan Russell was initially a 5-star. He was a 3-4-star that was just coming in, and they're like, oh, look, the LSU guy was talking, say, oh, look, Alabama's falling off. They got an SMU guy to transfer, and he ended up winning Elite 11, one of the number one quarterback in the country, and then flip that, look at Bryce Underwood. He, a bag chaser, respectfully, toolsy, all the measurables. When I watched him play, I was like, he wasn't ready to play last year. He should have been sitting. But I paid you $4 million. I can't sit you. You got to play. And when I watched the spring game, I was like, the backup quarterback's better than him right now. But I can't play the backup if I'm paying my starting quarterback $4 million. Bryce should have went somewhere where he could have sat and learned. He should have went to LSU and sat behind, Mettenberger. He should have sat behind him for a year. And so if you do that, then you develop. That's why Bryce Young's, the Tuas, like all these people that Alabama, this is the trend that they've always had. They'll have people willing to wait and sit because they know that they'll learn and have an opportunity in the future. Mac Jones, Jalen, all these people. So that, in my opinion, Alabama's doing it right, and they can continue doing it right. Don't throw a bag at a bag chaser, because the bag chaser is not going to be able to be the leader that you need for your team.
Hey, that's a fair point. I was going to say, I think the reason they are able to recruit the way they are at quarterbacks, like I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't think these guys are demanding as much as some of these other individuals that you probably see going to other institutions that are probably getting hefty, payments up front. I feel like our guys are what you're saying. They're buying into the process. They want to come to Alabama, probably willing to take a little bit of a pay cut, knowing that they'll see an increase as they develop and as their time, passes here and on campus here. Brandon, I was going to ask you one more question. I know we don't have much time, but basically it was about Bray Hubbard being named a preseason All-American. I think he was the only one that we had. I was going to ask you, do you feel like that was fair? Do you feel like anybody else might have been left off?
Xavier should be on there. He's underrated, man. I'm telling you, go back and watch. Even his freshman year, he's ready. And he's going to be a lockdown corner. I think our defensive backs are going to be the top of the country. And I just see, because they were tried true and they've been through the test, Xavier's going to be underrated, but he'll be a sneaky first-round pick, I'm telling you. If he runs well at the combine, he does the year that I think he can have. He has great ball skills, aggressive, always at the right spot. I think that he is going to be someone that should be on the watch list, in my opinion.
Would you agree with me when I say, and listen, I love Bray. Bray's come on the show. That's my guy, man. But I know when you look statistically, he lights up the stat sheet. He definitely is one of the top players in the country, no doubt about it. But I'm with you. I think Xavier Brown doesn't get enough love. As a matter of fact, I think they left him off of some stuff last year. And I'm like, when I look at this guy from a football perspective and from an eval perspective, you're talking about a corner with great length, a guy that's sticky. He can play man. He can put the clamps on you. Look what he did to Cam Coleman, arguably one of the top wide receivers in the country. Zone is no issue at all. And then you talk about the aggressiveness, like you mentioned. I always say this. I wouldn't put him in Marlon's category necessarily because Marlon was, on a different space, right? You talk about a cornerback being physical, but he's not afraid to tackle. He checks every box. I mean, from measurables.
When I was at Hoover.
Oh, yeah?
Monster.
Yeah. Marlon's different. Yeah, now in college, now we used to teach, playing the man all the time. People used to get mad. Oh, why don't you turn around and make the pick? My dad used to be screaming that, but I'm like, the way that I guess what we're teaching technique wise, I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, I look at Zabian, and to me personally, I would argue he's our best defensive back. I think pound for pound.
Completely agree.
Okay, I was about to say, I know people probably think they're like, well, what about Bray? I'm like, listen, Bray is up there. But for me, I just, Zabian Brown checks every single box. And it's hard to find players like that, in my opinion. So I was curious what you thought.
Oh, yeah, man. Again, if he's not getting thrown at, you wouldn't know that.
True. That's a good point, too.
When they try him, he knows how to bait a quarterback. Kool-Aid was a prime example of that. Kool-Aid was, in my opinion, watch his film. He was very smart. You could just see it on film, able to understand zone space, understand how to set up a quarterback to be able to think he has a space open. That's why Oklahoma was throwing picks, because he set him up, and he has no tails. So, yeah, I'm telling, bro, he's gonna have a breakout year if it's not political, because I feel like some of that stuff is political.
Oh, it is 100%.
Yes, man. He got screwed. He wasn't even on an all SEC team.
That's what I was about to say. I think he got left. It's something he got left out on last year. I'm like, that's criminal, man. Yeah.
Well, LSU, in all fairness, that Delaney kid, he was nice. So
there's good players in the league. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Georgia there's some good DBs. Don't get me wrong, but I think he needs to get more love this season. I think he'll pick up off of what he did last year. Brandon, we appreciate you as always, man. Hey, next time I'm gonna go online and find me a nice little shirt. That way, I'm gonna have it planned for Thursday when you come on, because I know we're on the same field today, but I can't have you showing up. Can't have you showing me out like you did last time. I'm going to invest in the shirt for next week. Don't worry. Hopefully it gets you this time.
Man, I got you next week, bro. I'll be
sounds good. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, y'all have a good one, man. Take care.
Yes, sir. You too, man. Our guy, Brandon Clear. We got to hit a timeout. We come back. We keep on rolling. We got the Pastor Payne on here. Just got a message from Adam. Adam is a little bit busy doing his lawyer activity, so unfortunately we won't get the latest on everything with him today, but I think we should.
Dryer combo innovation that completes laundry in about 90 minutes. Shop top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 17th to July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Do you have cracks or potholes that are dragging down your property's appeal? Hey, I'm Christian Miller, and at Asphalt Restoration, we transform driveways and parking lots with expert repairs, new paving, or resurfacing. Fast, durable, and family-owned quality that you can trust. Don't let small issues turn into big expenses. Call 205-393.
Just best quality to our customers. So we just look at it as, hey, basically, we're your kitchen. You're just coming to eat in your kitchen. Taco Casa, under the biggest cactus in town.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and Professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless advocacy. For guidance you can trust, call 201-317-5115 or visit lamparello-law.com. That's Lamparello Law, Education, and Advocacy. Proud partner.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Hey, coming up on the Thursday edition of The Game, we'll do our free-for-all Friday edition one day earlier, sponsored by Brian Harden Construction. We'll ask Rodney Orr, will he have a firecracker 5 for us? Maybe it's a 4, could be a 3. We'll ask him about that. Brent Beard and more starting at 2 p.m. on The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app.
Stay up to date with the Crimson Tide.
Local high school sports and Bama in the pros right here on Tide 100.9.
And welcome back into this Thursday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. We're going to have a quick little segment here because we went a little over with Brandon. But the good news is, bad news and good news. Bad news is, unfortunately, we won't have our Law and Order segment with Mr. Adam Lamparello. I was really excited about that. But he's got some business to tend to, which is very important. He's an attorney. That comes first, right? Of course, we'd love to have him on the show. But had an emergency thing come up that he's got to handle with the client. So we're going to let him take care of that because we don't want his client getting any more years because he's on a sports talk show. So we'll let him do that, and we'll circle back with him tomorrow. The good news is we got the Pastor Payne on here who, I'm sure.
That's called great news. Adam is good news. Great, Great. Great. Like Tony the Tiger. Great. It's great news. Okay. Yeah, that's called Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, the statue. Wait, is that what did they climb? And of course, I know it's not the Eiffel Tower.
It's not Eiffel Tower in London.
No, I know. No, that's in France, dude. It's in Paris.
Somewhere over there.
Yeah, ain't no London. London's got Big Ben. I got to see that when I went over there. The big old clock.
Whatever.
The people climbed the Empire State Building, I think it was.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
No, you said the statue.
Empire State Building. Yeah,
no, you said statue. It's a little bit different.
I did. I'm sorry. Statue out in the water. They was on the Empire State Building, which you can go out there and look out, but it's a big old fence, which is
they got
which is crazy how they got all the way and was just hanging out there. Do they have anything connected? I'm sure they did.
No. They had nothing connected, and he actually proposed.
Well, he should have proposed to Jesus, like, one bad step, he would find himself in eternity in the lake of fire in heaven, one or the other.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. See,
look at that. That's absolutely crazy. You cannot have that kind of balance. Look how he's leaning back.
They did, though. They did it. They
didn't even show them getting down. How did they get down?
Oh, no, they climbed down, then immediately they were arrested. The police met them where they were pretty much up there.
So the police came up down.
The police literally climbed up there. Because I would imagine there's probably stairs that get you really high. Then you have to go beyond that, which is probably what they did. But we do need to hit a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk some football talk. But,
I love you, baby. It's cell block A.
So they did get engaged, but unfortunately they got locked up like right after.
Well, they knew that, but they climb on Netflix.
They're playing.
So they're professional climbers.
Yeah. Oh,
this makes me queasy looking at it, bro.
Yeah, okay, let me get it off the screen. I don't really like looking at it either. We got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we'll keep on rolling right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC.
WTBC Tuscaloosa and W265CG Tuscaloosa, a Town Square media station. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app. From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
In the round of 32 at the World Cup, both Malik Tillman and Flo Balogun found the back of the net. 2-0 win over Bosnia for Team USA, but Balogun did get a red card in the win, so he's going to be unavailable for the round of 16 when the United States will play Belgium. Belgium beat Senegal earlier in the day to advance to the round of 16. England beat DR Congo with 2 second-half goals to advance to the round of 16. They will play Mexico. In the NBA, Jaylen Brown traded from Boston to the Philadelphia 76ers. Paul George, 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks coming back. The Lakers are acquiring center Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for 2 unprotected first-round picks and 2 first-round pick swaps, also signing the forward to a 4-year, $130 million deal. Major League Baseball, Junior Camaro's homered in 6 straight games. Rays shut out the Royals 4-0. Tigers 6-2 over the Yankees. Yankees lost 7 straight.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Hey, coming up on the Thursday edition of The Game, we'll do our free-for-all Friday edition 1 day earlier, sponsored by Brian Hard Construction. We'll ask Rodney Orr, will he have a firecracker 5 for us? Maybe it's a 4, could be a 3. We'll ask him about that. Brent Beard and more starting at 2 p.m. on The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
And knocked down again. That was Christian Miller. It's time for the Miller's Edge with 4-time SEC champion and 2-time national champion Christian Miller.
Once again with Christian Miller taking him down.
Here is college football playoff national champion Christian Miller on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
Thursday, this is the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 12:30 WTBC. Just a quick update. Mr. Adam Lamparello will be joining us tomorrow. I believe that we can get the latest. Definitely really eager to get his thoughts on all the updates with all the legal things going on in the sports world right now. So we'll do that tomorrow. But we got Pastor Payne on here, so who knows where this conversation is going to go. We were talking about the folks that climbed the Empire State Building yesterday. Then it led us to talking about Lions, Tigers, and Bears. I don't know where we're going with that.
I was just saying that, first of all, for those on the air, online, listen, I was just saying we as black folks are not adventurous people. We don't need to do all of that. I mean, that is absolutely psycho and sick. That's all I was saying. So
they're Russian, though. They're Russian.
Yeah, and I know Russian, and so,
you don't
it's called a Ruski Yizik. Look it up. Take your phone and say, Ruski Yizik. That means Russian language. Try it. Somebody in the chat, try it. And let you tell your boy right here, he knows Russian. Okay? So, I studied that in college. And Russians, we know Russia. And so, anyway, it was dumb. It was a dumb thing to do. And I'm glad they got down. I'm glad they got down safe. I saw one dude video when they showed them getting into the lockup van, and they were like, "Oh wow, that girl hot."
Oh my God!
They
did look cool though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, because she had looked like Batwoman or some type of fit on. I mean, he
gotta have the hood.
They look like movie characters or something. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, to each his own. I would never do that. I mean, I'm adventurous, but not in that regard. So yeah, they can have that. But congrats. And I guess hopefully whenever they get out on bail, they can celebrate the engagement that they did up there.
They'll get married, and then I don't think they're going to go to jail, but I mean, I wouldn't put them in jail for that. That'll be, community service. Hey, climb up the top of these buildings and wash some of them windows. You want to climb? Go to New York City and climb the side of the big tall buildings and wash these windows. There it is, right there. What you did.
Yeah, that was jumping off that. It's Lake Nickel. It's in Tuscaloosa. I mean,
look at this. Stupid. Just absolute. I almost called a limb right there.
That's stupid. I mean, no. That's just how it looked on the video. But that was freshman year. When you first get to college, I mean, you're trying to experience everything. And you know what's funny? Actually, it was 2 women's basketball players. It was me, I think then 2 of my roommates, then a girl on the soccer team. So all of us were student athletes, matter of fact. So
not very smart.
Matter of fact, now I think one of the girls we went with, I think, unfortunately, she passed away for years, man. Lacey, man, she was awesome. She played soccer here, man. Damn.
How many brothers on the football team was which?
I guess technically Jamie. So me and Jamie, but you know me.
Did Jamie jump off?
No, I don't think Jamie jumped off.
See,
but I think Holcomb did. I think it was me and Keith Holcomb though.
Yeah, you other roommate. It's dope.
No, I mean, it's having fun, man. I mean, listen, you see, when you got to college, I'm sure y'all had something.
We ain't jumping off nothing, bro. The worst thing we did was chase skirts. Do a little bit of drink. We would drink. We did that.
Everybody did that, but I'm saying,
but we're not jumping off no building. We're not jumping off no cliff.
It was like Norman saying he did something. I don't know. I mean,
why do you want to jump out of a perfectly running airplane?
I didn't say all that. I would never do that.
I'm gonna jump out.
I would never.
I'm a parachute.
No.
Unless you're in the military and you one of those special officers that you get. What they call them? They jump out of the plane.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know, but part of the airborne unit or something like that. Anyway, I'm trying to think what I can ask you, man, because me and Brandon were just talking about that Pete Nako's article. So I know you don't have on.
Well, let me just say this. I know not Reagan, but Adam is not on here today. But shout out to the judge again for allowing my man Terry Arnold. I don't know if you
wait. Oh, wait. Speaking of that, let me update that real quick. Even though Adam's not on here, there was an update from Terrion's camp. His lawyer has now, because they're trying to decide about, I guess, I think the state is pushing for like a GPS ankle monitor, something like that, for him to wear while he's on home confinement. However, his lawyer is arguing against that, and here's why. It says, although Mr. Arnold has been released by the Detroit Lions organization, he already has been contacted by 3 other NFL clubs regarding his services. Steinberg, who was his lawyer, wrote, let's see, it's hard to imagine any team claiming the balance. Oh, no, that's from the article itself. But anyway, yeah, so his lawyer claims that there's already 3 other teams that have expressed interest in Terrion Arnold after being waived by the Detroit Lions. So I guess I can ask you your thoughts on that. I mean, you were pretty frustrated, and we didn't even get to finish the conversation on that. You did not agree with the Detroit Lions moving forward with releasing or waiving Terrion Arnold. How do you feel about? I mean, so you 3 teams already coming forward. I mean, that is a little interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little surprised. Firstly, I'm surprised just because I'm saying. I mean, there's still a lot looming over the situation. I mean, like, but you say but if they pick him up
then you
now,
put him in, there's something I talked about the pup. Physically unable to perform.
Yeah, but they're still going to have to pay him. But he has
but you can negotiate that per, ending of your court decision. All these you can put in their stipulations, but you can sign him just to have the rights. What if this brother's telling the truth? Right? What if this brother is falsely accused and all this crap and he gets off now, nothing happened, and now you want to come back and everybody's loving on him. So if I'm a general manager, you 100%. Because we got lawyers, we got everybody to do due diligence. And if there's enough there to suggest that he did nothing with this, but maybe been, crazy and having a conversation about it, but didn't follow through with it. Yeah, I'm going to sign him, because then once he's released and this thing drops, then I got the right to a very young, very, I guess a guy that can play a starter. He was a starter at Detroit. I get a guy who's been in the league 3 years, 2-3 years, and I can bring him in. Right. So, yeah, I would do it. I'm definitely doing that. And that's why I said Detroit was stupid for doing what they did. And here's the thing. As a general manager, as an NFL front office guy, I'm going to know who this guy is. I'm going to know about him. And that's why I wanted you to play that clip with Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton said he knows him. I mean, this is a great kid. Now, if anything, he's guilty of maybe making a bad decision, doing something stupid, and dealing with these young people. And you're upset. Listen, if you work hard, I tell this in my book, when you work hard and somebody steals from you, bro, you want to do something bad to them. And I talk about this in my book. When I was stolen from in my business, I wanted to hurt somebody. I wanted to do something bad. It was just that quick. I could have done something so bad that I'm not even sitting here today, because I'm so angry, his tail off to get and earn, and he make a bad decision. That to me is the worst of it. And he didn't, because Terrion is a great guy. Now, if it had been other guys, and I'm not going to start naming guys, but you know what I'm talking about. There's certain guys that like, oh yeah, he did that. This dude right here crazy. Right, we know dudes in the locker room, I can be like, dudes I play with, be like, he did that. Right, because I know him. But that's what people are saying about. That's why Nick Saban issued a letter and strongly said, I know this man's character. This is why I think somehow, some way, this thing is going to end up being dropped. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I don't think he's guilty at all. I don't. He might just be guilty by association some kind of way, and that's stupid, because as a young person, I tell them all the time, you got to cut jokers off, man. You in a whole different realm. All the great things that you accomplish and do as a professional, as a football player, whatever, as an actor, a singer, one bad decision could just pull the rug off and you fall so far from grace. And so you tell these kids, you have to make good decisions. You tell people like Terry on, dude, you're a good person, man. I know you like your homeboys, your homegirls, but when you get to a certain, they ain't going with you there. People are like, oh man, you forgot. These people say this about me and Paige. Oh man, you forgot about us. Yes, I sure did. I forgot about you. Why? I mean, no. Listen to me. I forgot about you. You out here still smoking weed, selling dope, doing this kind of crap. Yeah, I forgot about you.
Other people that weren't doing bad. I mean, you still can show love.
No, I ain't forgot about it. Yeah, I show love. This is why I'm going next week. I'm doing a free camp. I'm giving it back to the community. I'm giving it back to these kids, almost 100 kids coming for free. Free shirt, free food. You try to push in the community to get the gospel out to help them. Yes, I'm doing that, but I'm just saying there's jokers, there's guys in the league and in pro sport, they won't let yesterday, they won't let the homeboy, they won't let that part of them that's bad go. And that's why I said, I forgot about you, dog. Yeah. And you ain't changed your life. You can't be rolling with me like that.
You're right with what you're saying, but I'm just going to give you the objective point here.
Ain't no objective.
No. This is the objective point here, because you're 100% right. I don't believe he's that type of guy. I didn't play with Terrion, but I was doing sideline. I've been around. I've been around the dude a whole bunch. I know a lot of people that are really close to him. And again, you're not wrong. Cam knows he played on his 7-on-7 team, I think it was. I get all that. But the objective point is here, if they're saying you put something together, that's the biggest hurdle that he's going to have to climb, right? Because you can be a great person, but like you said, all it takes is one mistake. And if you're with the wrong people, right? And hopefully it's more of a case where he just wanted to confront them. They took it in their own hands. That's the perfect world. But again, like you just said, tempers flare, and you might not understand the extent of which that could go. And once it does go there, they're looking to hold people accountable. So I'm just saying that is the objective part of it. So we just have to let it play out. But I just know is you can be a great person that doesn't do that kind of stuff. But if you find yourself in a situation where you somewhat enable that to happen, they will still try to look to hold you accountable, even if you're a great person that's never gone into it. That's just how the law works. So that is the objective part.
All I'm saying is this. I think based on what that particular judge, what I've seen and heard with my own ears, they probably don't have enough. They're reaching, bro. They're reaching.
No, I don't think they have a whole bunch, but that doesn't mean.
And that mean because he might have to go through the process, and it might cost him a lot of money to get out of it.
Oh,
praise God, he got the money to get out of it and then hopefully he used the platform. Listen, man, and I'll play that what Cam said. Because here's the thing: people is out to get you, young people, or successful people, whomever I'm preaching to right now, and we have to make decisions. And understand, like people used to say, well, like when my boy Sterling Sharp, people we get mad because he was kind of Heisman. He was arm linked with the people that he did not know. Why? Because he didn't trust them. And if you didn't really know him, you're not going to get close to him. And unfortunately, with people and fans get mad, but so be it. Like I can be respectable, but I ain't going to be trying to. We ain't doing all of that. Because listen, when you got money. Now, when you got fame, podcast, attention, and you trying to show yourself, you better be extremely careful because you can do 100 amazing things. All it takes is one time, right? And then you get crucified. And you can be a good person. And listen, we all fall short of the glory. We all make mistakes. But the people in public that don't even know you, they going to start throwing them stones, man. Throwing them stones. They want to stone you. They want to butcher you. They want to kill you, right? Them same people that's patting you on the back. You may even walked around with your jersey on. All them same people. It don't even have to be true. This is the bad thing about it. It don't even have to be true. It could be just, catch this word, an accusation that somebody put out there, and people will start commenting and, oh, man, I know he should have been doing. They don't know the truth. Right. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's like, this is what he's maybe wrong for. But from a character standpoint, from being a good person, now, Terrion Arnold is a great individual.
I agree.
He's first class. He made a mistake and learn from it and move on. We all should learn from this. I mean, it's kind of like even pastors and preachers. It's like, man, the devil, he trying to set you up the whole time. That's why you got to have, catch this word, discernment. You better have discernment with people. That's why I come places where I'm safe. Right here at Crown and Ash. You want a 5C meal? If I ain't speaking, preaching, or doing something, I'm going to be right here, probably at this table. And that's what you're going to catch me doing. Because it's just crap out here in the public. It's crap out here in this world, and everybody needs you have to be careful, man, because all it takes is this type of thing right here, and then you're getting crucified, especially with social media.
Well, the good news is I feel like he actually has a lot of support. I feel like a lot of people have come out and expressed kind of what you're expressing about the character that he does, in fact, have. But like I said, objectively, unfortunately, that's not how the law works. It doesn't, they don't come to a decision based off your character or prior decisions or actions. It really only boils down to your role in whatever you are accused of doing. So that's all I'm saying. And hopefully that part does get ironed out. But it does seem like he's got some great representation. So that's why if you guys are looking for great representation, make sure you guys check out Lamparello-law.com. Adam Lamparello of Lamparello Law will take care of you. First class service, and they'll do it for at a very affordable rate. But they'll fight for you just like Steinberg's fighting right now in that whole situation. Remember, Lamparello-law.com, plus a number of other services like exam, test taking preparation, subject matter mastery, academic and career planning for high school, college, and graduate students. So make sure you guys take advantage of all those services right there at Lamparello-law.com. Quick time.
Promo code FOX to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FOX. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I want to tell you about our great friends over at Brian Harding Construction. Located in the heart of Tuscaloosa, Brian Harding Construction is woman-owned and strong as steel, a specialty manufacturing firm with expertise in structural steel fabrication, ASME code piping and vessels, CNC machine work, welding, laser cutting, pipe fitting, industrial maintenance, and crane rentals. With a proven track record of over 30-plus years of experience, no one is better fit for the job. For an evaluation, contact Brian Harding Construction today at 205-752-9611. Again, that's Brian Harding Construction at 205-752-9611.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
Worth are available now. Let us exceed your expectations at Mercedes-Benz of Tuscaloosa. Mercedes-of-Tuscaloosa.com. Mercedes-of-Tuscaloosa.com. Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Heat advisory continues through 9 p.m. Friday. Dangerously hot and humid into the holiday weekend. Stay hydrated, and if you have to be outdoors, especially when working outdoors, try to take frequent breaks in the shade and the air conditioning. Sunny this afternoon. Stray shower storm possible through this evening. Mid-90s. Heat index 105 to 110. Mid-70s tonight. Sunny, hot and humid Friday. Slight chance for a late day shower storm. Mid-90s. Better storm chances Saturday for Independence Day. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 94 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
24/7. 365. We've got all your coverage of the Crimson Tide on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
Thursday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. To the phone lines, you go 205-342-9904. We got Tommy up first. Tommy, thank you so much for patiently waiting. Welcome in.
Hey, man. How y'all today?
Doing well. Tommy, how are you?
I'm good.
Tommy from Romulus, two-time reigning champion, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. I thought you were dead because I haven't talked to you in a long, long time.
Yeah. I'm not. Praise the Lord. I'm living and well and just working, Tommy, trying to get this book finished so you can read about the P.O.
Yeah,
me.
I want an autograph copy.
You got it.
You don't come down here no more, so I mean, yeah.
What do you mean, Tommy? I was just down there.
Well,
he was in and out, Tommy. He was in and out for like two seconds. It felt like so he didn't have enough time to catch up with you. But hopefully this season, we get back rolling and doing our live show, and maybe he'll be around for one of those.
No, that'd be great. I mean, not this spring. I had a spell in my myasthenia gravis, and you can tell me about my voice and my speech. I'm not really the confident person I once was, so it bothers me. So, don't
worry about that, man. It's all love over here, Tommy.
I know, but when I hear myself, I'm like, oh my Lord. But
you sound better today. I will say that. You sound better today. Maybe you're feeling a little bit better?
Yeah. In the middle of the weather, my vocal cord about 15 years ago, I had acid reflux real bad. That valve in your stomach that flows the acid from way up in your throat and your sinus cavity, burned my sinus cavity and my vocal cord. They are solid for life, so they're not going to get no better. I had the surgery, but yeah, my speech. No, to comment on your question, I've lived this for 65 years and been on this earth. People do not want you to succeed. They are jealous of you. And like Corey said, sometimes you have to forget the homeboys and the homegirls when you grew up at. Because they want you to stay with them in the same lifestyle. So, if you can do better. But don't forget where you came from. That's the main thing. Be humble. Be honest. So, that's all I got to say on that. So, we all get tested in life, so, but I wish him well. I do.
Yeah, we just got to let it just play out and see kind of how it goes. But definitely just a very unfortunate thing. But I thought it was interesting seeing that they already had 3 teams, I guess, interested and lined up. So I'm curious to see kind of what comes from that, because they also went on to say they expect him to be signed in the next 30 days. So we'll see if we have any updates maybe going, I guess, next week.
Yeah. I'm just looking forward to the football season. I've enjoyed baseball and softball. And I hate to tell y'all this. I watched 30 minutes of the World Cup last night. Oh my goodness. I watched soccer last night.
Why are you saying like that, Tommy? I mean, it's the hottest thing in the sports world right now. I mean, maybe baseball, but I mean, it's the World Cup, man. There's no shame in that. Why is everybody acting like soccer's the worst thing in the world, man? Why is everybody telling that? What's so bad about it? That you only use your feet, you don't use your hands? I mean, it's basically hockey. It's basically hockey, but you're just kicking a bigger ball with your feet, which, in my opinion, takes more skill than a number of sports. Listen, I played soccer after playing football my whole life. And soccer takes a whole different type of skill. I don't know if people realize how hard it is to play soccer, especially at a high level. I mean, I didn't even play in high school, but I played with, the Hispanics back home. I played in middle school and in various little leagues. I'm just telling you, man, soccer takes a lot of skill. I don't know why people hate on it so much.
I'll tell you why. That had when I was coming up in junior high school. I'm playing the world. My worst injury was in soccer. We didn't have them nice nets like they do now. Don't you laugh at me. They had 2 highway cones from the goal, and y'all were about 3 years older than me, sitting in the league. He impaled me on one of them plays. I separated my shoulder and hurt my collarbone. And that was a tough 10 weeks. I really never cared for it after that, but it's truthful.
Don't blame you, Tommy. They flop more than the NBA.
That's cap.
I mean, they fall on the ground, roll around,
they do the same thing in the NBA. You can't even drive
more than the NBA.
You said more. I'm saying you can't even drive to the rim without a whistle blowing.
Sport to watch, the most boring sport to watch. I'm USA. I'm from the red, white, and blue. I'm all that. I'm with you. But I ain't sitting here wasting 3 hours to watch this dudes run around, trip each other, fall on the ground with red, blue, green, orange hair, and all this stuff. And when they finally make a goal, they go, hey, they jamming and dancing. Like, it's boring. It's boring to watch. I'm pulling for the USC. I know 2003, first time since 2003, they've gotten this knockout round. This is amazing. They won, and so now who they got now?
Belgium. Bosnia, right? No, we just played Bosnia. We got Belgium next.
Belgium, yeah, one of the other big countries. Listen, I hope they win. But it's
I'm kept up with it, but
boring. Give me basketball. Give me football. Real football. Grown man football. When you get punched in the mouth. When you get hit in the low parts when nobody's looking.
Why you always go to that? You always bring that up. Nobody's saying it. No, listen, I never said it. I never said I'd rather watch it than football, like American football.
You got action.
They call it the most boring sport is Cap.
It is boring. I mean, it's like, I like the WNBA now because these girls are physical. I like the fact that Thomas put her hand. I'm glad that Thomas took Caitlin Clark and put her fist. She didn't do nothing that bad. It just causes Caitlin Clark.
It's not. They're doing way too much.
They're going crazy because she wanted the straight people to do it. Knocked Boomer Esiason out when I had a chance when he was with the Bengals, that old raggedy left arm of his. Tell me, she didn't go out in the country and play basketball. The dumbest thing ever.
No, it's because they're going out the way doing all that, bro. She's done nothing but help the league. If it wasn't for her, you know how many people would not be watching that?
The bad boys of Detroit used to do Michael Jordan and then Charles Oakley of the New York Knicks. Tell us something, Coop. You cannot come down in this lane. You gonna catch it. You gonna get hard fouls. This is what you do to great players like Caitlin Clark. You rough her up. You muddy up the water. Does she have the psyche to stay in there and keep like playing? Best friends
with the ones that look like them, though. They don't do that with the ones that look like them.
Oh my God!
I'm saying. I'm asking. Do they? I haven't seen that.
Go watch these girls play. They throwing bones, bro. They throwing them bones. They throwing them bones.
Tommy, I didn't mean to take over your time. We had this time out, but it's always good to hear from you, Tommy.
I've been enjoying the last 10 minutes. I miss y'all debating each other. I really have. Thank you for taking my time. I'm happy for you do all your mucking, man.
Thank you, Tommy. The POP, you know I love you, buddy. I miss you. We'll talk a lot more this football season.
Sounds good. All right, we got to hit this time out. We come back. We got Steven up next. And
who's on the board today? Reese or Chase?
We got Reed. It's Reed. And Reed, I'll call at him in a second once we hit this timeout right here in the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC.
I'm about to turn.
Do you have cracks or potholes that are dragging down your property's appeal? Hey, I'm Christian Miller, and at Asphalt Restoration, we transform driveways and parking lots with expert repairs, new paving, or resurfacing. Fast, durable, and family-owned quality that you can trust. Don't let small issues turn into big expenses. Call 205-393.
Be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more local expertise, measurable results for businesses and communities like ours.
Town Square Media Tuscaloosa. Call 205-345-7200.
Roll Tide all the time. This is Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC, the home of Alabama Crimson Tide sports.
finished the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Back to the phone lines we go. We got Steven up next. Steven, welcome in.
All the time, Christian. Corey, how are you guys?
Great, man. So thank you for being patient. I apologize for the wait.
Man. Yeah, no problem at all. Hey, I want to make a defensive end comment, and then I really want to talk to Corey about the Giants for a second. I grew up a Giants fan, was in Connecticut when he was drafted, lived among a bunch of Giants fans. But there's a defensive end that people don't understand, don't ever think of about ever playing for Nick Saban, because Nick Saban didn't recruit him. But Wallace Gilberry, in his final year under Nick Saban's first year, Christian, kind of set a foundation. He had 10 sacks that year. He was a dominant player under Nick Saban his senior year. Yeah. And I think he's an underrated guy that people don't associate with Nick Saban, but he kind of took off under Nick Saban his final year.
That's a great point. I know Wallace. I went to his house when I was in college. I think he's related to Ryan Anderson somewhat, or maybe they just call each other cousins. I don't know. But right. I think what it is with him only having that 1 year with Coach Saban, sometimes people probably forget that he was under Coach Saban, even if it was for that 1 year. But no, he definitely a definition of underrated. He went on to play, I think, almost 10 years.
Multiple years in NFL, yes.
Yeah. No, he's a dude, man. So Wallace Gilbert is a great. I'm glad definitely should be on the underrated list for sure.
So Corey, you were drafted by the Giants when I was living in Connecticut. I think in '91 they were just coming off of that Super Bowl. You went into a room with some dogs. Of course, LT, but you know Pepper Johnson and Carl Banks. You were in that linebacker room. What was it like coming in as a rookie with those guys, being in that room, and what did you learn? And then you played for Dan Reeves. I think you played Dennis Green your final year. Fossil. I think Hanley may have drafted you. What was
Parcells? Mm-hmm.
When you were in that linebacker room with those guys, what was it like? And tell me about your favorite head coaches in the NFL and how they used you.
Wow,
because I was a huge
question.
Giants fan.
Yeah, man, that locker room was, when you're talking about a team that just won the Super Bowl, a team that is known for linebacker play, which was the Giants back in late 80s and 90s, it was intimidating, to be honest with you, because I'm coming from South Carolina with my hand in the dirt. I transitioned from outside linebacker to play like a 4-3 defensive end my final 2 years, which was good because I made all conference both years and player of the year 1 year defensively, so it was good. But now I had to kind of relearn, and they told me I might even play inside linebacker, which I hadn't played since high school. So, but it was intimidating, man, and you had to step up your game. I remember, I don't know if you remember the Sheraton Hotel that's right across the street from Giant Stadium, and that's where we were the day after. Yeah.
It's right there on the interstate, man, right there on.
Yeah, right on Route 3 right there, I believe.
Right, yeah.
And so I remember Parcells comes in the room, the early 6:30, whatever it was, and he was like, the bus getting ready to pick y'all up. We're all draft picks. Back in the day, I think we had 12 rounds of picks, and plus for agents, we might have 20 guys in the room, rookies. He goes, I just won the Super Bowl. And I really don't care if any of you get on this bus or not. He said, I don't care if you take a flight and go back home because I don't need you. I'd keep the guys that I got. But the bus will be here at 8. And if you own it, you own it. If you're not, you're not. That's the first message I got from Bill Parcells. And then you go and you see all these guys, that you've been watching on TV. It was intimidating, but it definitely made you raise your game up. And I just believe I've been a 6th-round pick and nothing was going to be given to me. I learned how to work, and I always knew about competing. I wasn't afraid of competition. And I just went out there, man. The thing I said I would be is physical, and I would hit people in the mouth, and I would fight. Jumbo Elliott and William, who was it? William was William's last name. Thomas, I can't remember his last name. Big guard. Roberts, William Roberts. These guys I used to fight all the time, every day. We're gonna fight, and I wanted to set a standard of I wasn't afraid of you. And I tell you what, it earned LT's respect because one of the things that rookies had to do in training camp, we had to stand in the chair at dinner and sing your school's fight song and how much money you got. Now, LT said, dude, because of who you are, you're never going to have to sing. I'm probably one of the only rookies that never had to sing because they earned my respect.
You know, Corey, you really flourished after, later, your fourth, fifth, sixth year, man, you started flourishing for the Giants. And, I really respect you because you carried that Giants linebacker tradition on. And I mean, for 9 years in the league as a linebacker, I mean, that's a contact position for you, and you know that better than anybody.
Well, he can't stand and grill right now, so I mean, I guess it was worth it.
But I can sit and eat this plate of macaroni and cheese and chicken that I'm eating as I'm doing the radio show.
Just don't ask him to do the electric slide because that ain't happening no time soon.
All right. Hey, I'm right there with Corey. I was born in '69, so I think you and I are probably similar ages.
Yeah,
and,
same age.
Yeah, I turned 57 in June last month. But one comment before I leave about soccer players. Here's the thing about soccer players, Corey. They make good field goal kickers. And that's all we have to say about it.
I mean, that's actually true. That's true. They do. But you know what they also make is a whole lot of money. Because if you look at what these guys get paid, some of the best ones. I mean, talking about those guys playing over.
The call is right.
No, Steven is right. But I'm just saying they make a whole lot of money too. Steven, I appreciate you being patient.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide, guys. Yes, sir.
Roll Tide, Steven.
Good stuff, man. He's posting macaroni and cheese to the callers.
He said I can't do what? Hold on.
Oh, God. What is he doing? Dude, don't hurt yourself, man. All right, he's he's dancing. All right, so his knees must feel that macaroni and cheese gave him a spike of dopamine, and that banana pudding is got his brain center very active right now. His reward system is active.
Let that anointing get on these knees. In the name of Jesus, the anointing these knees. Think what they look like.
Time out. That way we can stay on schedule. We come back, we keep on rolling right on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC.
Note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Hey, coming up on the Thursday edition of The Game, we'll do our free-for-all Friday edition one day earlier, sponsored by Brian Harden Construction. We'll ask Rodney Orr, will he have a firecracker 5 for us? Maybe it's a 4, could be a 3. We'll ask him about that. Brent Beard and more starting at 2 p.m. on The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Heat advisory continues through 9 p.m. Friday. Dangerously hot and humid into the holiday weekend. Stay hydrated, and if you have to be outdoors, especially when working outdoors, try to take frequent breaks in the shade and air conditioning. Sunny this afternoon, stray shower or storm possible through this evening, mid-90s, heat index 105 to 110, mid mid-70s tonight. Sunny, hot and humid Friday. Slight chance for a late-day shower storm, mid-90s. Better storm chances Saturday for Independence Day. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 94 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Your front row seat to all things Alabama. Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC. The home of Alabama Crimson Tide sports.
Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. That broken pinky looks like 4.5, but we'll give them 5. I don't think Alabama was recruiting. Matter of fact, I think they were recruiting Hayden Stepp, the other cornerback who ended up committing to Oregon. But no, I did see that y'all picked up a 5-star cornerback, something like that, from North Carolina. I think it was.
I think he's originally from
bragging about him and hooting and hollering. You don't even know where the
he's originally from South Carolina. He transferred.
The kid's any good. You just
Can I not give my Gamecocks a little love? The dude was from South Carolina. He transferred to North Carolina, and he beat Alabama. Y'all were recruiting him.
Bro, I'm telling you. Listen, I have not seen it. Listen, I've not seen any of our writers really talk about that young man. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not just saying this because we're going back and forth. I'm telling you, Hayden Stepp was like the only DB, like the top-rated DB that I think we were really going after. I have not heard the young man you were referring to.
Maybe because y'all couldn't get him.
You just sound silly, man. Whatever Coop gave you, man, got you dancing and cutting up and talking crazy, man.
Because you got to pay money, and y'all have shown you're not willing to pay no money.
This class, no, I mean, because they paid all the money they did last year.
We eat pepper jack cheese up here and Colby cheese. Alabama's eating government cheese right now. It's hard block cheese that won't melt. We eat Colby. We Colby jack and pepper jack.
The last 2 years, they were top 5 recruiting classes. What was soccer? First of all, South Carolina, last time I checked, when I looked at Alabama's recruiting ranking the other day, we were talking about this. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure South Carolina was neck and neck with Alabama for one of the worst in the conference. Y'all were right there with it. Y'all, matter of fact, we were like 16, y'all were like 15. Now we're up to about 13.
If you win by 1 point and you win by 20 points, it is the same thing?
I think we're above you guys now. That's the crazy part. You probably you just talk, man. You know, you should probably take them big old meaty fingers and do some more research, man. Because I'm pretty sure it's better.
I got to do that no more. I just ask.
Who do you ask? Siri?
ChatGPT.
Oh God, I can't talk. I do the same thing. Let me look at this up before we get out of here because we only got a minute left. Recruiting rankings. Let me look this up because because you over here talking crazy. I'm pretty sure now with him, you guys, it might be a little bit different, brother. I mean, you haven't eaten a week. Are you fasting, guy? At least slow down.
Yeah, I've been eating. I go 16 to 20 hours every day. Intermittent fasting, bro. When I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. But then after I stop eating, I go 20 hours.
Okay,
every day.
So with the commitment of the individual that I'm talking like he's a suspect, I thought Josh Dobson. Out of Cornelius, North Carolina, right around the corner from Charlotte. He, Huff
High School problems.
Oh, wait, Huff High School. That's where my coach was at. Coach,
Aldridge.
He's not there no more, though, I don't think. Is he?
He's retired.
Oh, okay. So what are you talking about? Beat Alabama out? Alabama wasn't even in his top.
The thing that I read from Rivals said he beat Alabama and Georgia and some big schools.
So you must have read bad information because he's not even listed as having an Alabama visit, nor I don't even really see. I don't even think I see.
Listen, they ain't coming nowhere when they're not getting no money. They're not coming to Tuscaloosa, Alabama for no government cheese.
See, you're just trying to troll, but brother, you make no sense. Alabama wasn't even recruiting the guy, according to what I just read. So anyway, we got to get out of here. Big shout out to
if they weren't recruiting this guy, let's explain why they're dead last in the conference. This explains why they can't win big games no more.
Maybe because they already have. I mean, if you look at our cornerback or secondary, right? I mean, we already have a lot of guys right now. They probably just say right now they're not trying to take somebody that much because he probably was.
I looked at him last year against Indiana. I looked at him last year against Vanderbilt, and they weren't too good to me.
Oh, I guarantee you our secondary will be better than y'all's in 2026. I'll bet you more than just that.
Football season coming, boy. I'm just getting in shape. I just joined the gym, so y'all better get ready because the POP coming back with a vengeance. You best believe that.
Vengeance for what? Nobody did anything to you, dude. We got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 3 for All Friday, right here on the Miller's Edge, 500.9, 1230.
I'm going to get my hairline, my beard.